What is up, Hardcore Nation? It's Hardcore Christopher here, and today let's talk about Netflix. Because why? Well, because my family used to have a Netflix subscription, and, well, this comes from, and we used to give our Netflix profiles out to friends who wanted to watch programs on Netflix. So, Netflix decided, there's a lot of account sharing going on. We have to crack down on that. So, this is what this article comes from Time, and let's read. Netflix faced immediate backlash in March after announcing that it was going to begin making some subscribers... No, thank you. I don't want to subscribe. Making some subscribers pay an additional fee for sharing their account with users outside their household. The company then said in an April shareholder letter that it lost 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter of 2022 because I understand Netflix's concern. Don't get me wrong. But we're talking about the company that took Blockbuster out of business. And I think that I'll get to my thoughts here in a little bit. But the 200,000 are probably those families that are like, we have to pay an additional fee, which I will admit is ridiculous. But Netflix is hurting their bottom line here, and forecasted greater losses to come, I bet. But some users, especially younger ones, are left wondering how password sharing changes will affect their own bottom line. On the business front, I understand Netflix's move, but as a user, I find it frustrating, says Val Minsai, a 33-year-old Netflix user in New Jersey. The outcry on Twitter was similar, with some saying that they wouldn't use Netflix at all without being able to share an account. Netflix has turned to price increases to raise more money amid reports of slowed subscriber growth. Lost revenue from password sharing has affected the company's ability to invest in great new TV films, it said, which is true. For those of you that don't know, and I know I'm late to the party on this, but Netflix had a whole big animation project section going on, and it's not going well for Netflix. Netflix is basically canceling everything. Well, everything to do with the animation route. since they're losing a lot of money. Also, they're losing their core audience. They're, you know, estimating that over 100 million households worldwide are using shared accounts. That is important. Netflix said in its quarterly shareholder letter that cracking down on password sharing would be a big opportunity for revenue growth going forward. Let's talk about that for a minute. Does that make any sense to anybody? It doesn't make any sense to me, because if you have over 100 million households worldwide using shared accounts, why would you crack down on password sharing? And it's not a big opportunity, it's actually coming back to bite you. Let's continue on. But it could risk alienating a large chunk of its 200 million plus paid subscriber base if it starts strictly enforcing anti-sharing policies. It's already happening. Netflix is most popular in the United States with younger consumers. I wouldn't say that, who support password sharing much more than older generations. A 2021 survey conducted by tech research site CompareTech found that millennials and Genzers, what's a Genzer? I know what a millennial is. I fall into that category. But what's a Genzer and a Gen Xer? Genzers are around twice as likely as Gen Xers and baby boomers. Baby boomers fall in the category right after World War II. To both share their streaming passwords with non-paying friends and family and accept free access to others' accounts themselves. Here's what you need to know about the new rules. Let's look at these rules and let's see what we have to know. Who is affected by Netflix's new limits on password sharing? The streaming giant said that it is currently only experimenting with charging for password sharing in Chile, Costa Rica, and Peru. Even then, users would need to opt in to be subject to the rules, a Netflix spokesperson tells Time. However, users in the US and other parts of the world seemed to take the news to mean that they might soon be subject to stricter rule crackdowns. Mince said the rule leaves her wondering what's next. What are pricing and password sharing rules in the US right now? Netflix subscribers in the US can use their account on 1, 2, or 4 screen sharing at once, and prices reflect the number of screens available, ranging between $9.99, so $10, all the way up to $19.99, so round that up to to $20. When Netflix launched its streaming service in 2007, keep that in mind, subscribers received 1 hour of streaming credit for every dollar they were paying for Netflix's DVD rental service. So if they were paying for the $17.99, so round that up to $18 rental plan, allowing them to rent 3 DVDs simultaneously. They could also stream 18 hours of content per month in 2010. In 2010, Netflix introduced its first streaming-only subscription plan for $7.99, so round that up, make it $8 per month. Prices across all plans have gone up steadily in recent years, though with the latest hike in January, plan prices now range between $10, $19.99 and $19.99. That's just ridiculous from where they started, in my opinion. With the most expensive plan allowing streaming on up to 4 screens, all the users with access to a master account are supposed to be within the same household, though they may be watching on different screens. However, if you share a password with someone who lives elsewhere, Netflix doesn't take any action against you right now. That's what users are worried about, especially as prices rise. Alex Alex P, I'm going to call, a 33-year-old subscriber in Massachusetts, says he's beginning to question whether he's getting enough value from Netflix if prices keep creeping up. I'm not sure it's going to be worth it for me, he says. Okay, I can relate to this in a way. I can relate to this because my family had DirecTV. Then we switched over to Dish. The reason why we switched over to Dish is because our first year to 2 years of bills were very manageable. However, at the tail end, we were paying close, if not over $100 for DirecTV, and that's when my grandma just said, "Screw it, I'm not paying this." And that's why. Okay, more reading. In the coming weeks, Netflix will let subscribers in Chile, Costa Rica, and Peru. Okay. bigger picture, yada yada yada. Okay. This is my opinion on Netflix. Netflix started in 2007, and there's just way too much competition. I mean, you have Hulu, you have Tubi, you have Pluto TV, you have all these different streaming services, and at better prices. Some are even free. Tubi and Pluto are free, I know that. But Netflix is just... Netflix is just a... I'm not going to say a sinking ship. I'm just going to say Netflix is a... I don't think I told it right. You're right. It's filling up with water. So I'm Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone. And I will have a D&D video coming out as soon as I record and upload it. Keep it hardcore, everyone. Don't be silly.